I come from Laguna, which is in the southern Tagalog region, specifically from the historic town of Zeliloan. And from the slides, you can see the main gate of our university, as well as the administration building, where all the dealings are done by our administrators. In the advent of ASEAN integration, a higher level of cooperation and collaboration through external free trade arrangements among the member countries are expected. And the question might be, what is the Philippines doing in line with ASEAN integration? And we all know, since we all come from the academy, we all know that there are various initiatives relating to what the Philippine educational system is doing so that it could fit in to the needs of the ASEAN region. Hence, this study on the program implementation as predictor of students' performance in technical vocational high school. Long before the implementation of the K-12 curriculum, our Department of Education has already implemented the strengthened technical vocational education program, wherein it focused on varied specializations relating to different skills. And what Siniloan National High School, where this study was conducted, is offering agriculture, specifically animal production and crop production, which, for all we know, these are skills that are needed in many ASEAN countries, not only in ASEAN countries, but in varied continents across the world. So what does technical vocational education provide? According to Jules 2015, this accommodates labor mobility. And Marcel, TVE establishes the career path of individuals. Manabete 2015 said that TVE pursues the exploration and sharing of information about innovative teaching and learning methods. In the plenary sessions, it was mentioned that we should now deviate from the traditional lecture method in the classroom, and TVE provides for experiential learning activities. In consonance with that, Kabansag 2014 said that technical vocational education provides for the holistic development of learners. And as I have said, it's through experiential learning courses that these students get the chance to apply what they have learned in theories inside the classroom when they go to laboratory work or field work. Just for the information of everyone out here, the implementation of the strengthened technical vocational education program in Siniloan National High School in Laguna, where this study was conducted, allots 3 hours for the TVE subject, wherein 1 hour is for discussion of related theories, and then 2 hours is for practical application of what the students have learned inside the classroom. Okay, so I have 4 objectives in the conduct of this study, and the first one is to assess the extent of STBEP implementation and students' development services. The second is to determine the difference in the assessment of graduates, students, and teaching and non-teaching staff on the STBEP implementation and students' development services. The fourth is to determine the level of students' performance in technical vocational education and in on-the-job training. And the last is to determine the effect of the STBEP implementation and students' development services on students' performance. This study was anchored in 2 theories that scopes experiential learning theory, which stresses that learning as a process is a process whereby transformation of experience creates knowledge that is the result of the combination of grasping and transforming knowledge. In that sense, it's the TVE teacher who transforms knowledge and the students grasp all the information that the teacher provides. More so, the study is anchored on John Dewey's philosophy of education, which says that education is purposely the preparation of individuals to be responsible and successful in life by acquiring organized bodies of information and skills. Okay, what are the methods? I have used descriptive evaluative method using questionnaire checklist, and the items included in the questionnaire, which was validated by TVE experts, include statements which were directly taken from the Manual of Operations of the Philippine Technical Vocational Education, specifically the one in the high school. And again, it was done in Siniloan National High School in the province of Laguna. And I had there 4 sets of respondents. It's 270 graduates in 3 succeeding school years, 88 students, 61 teaching and non-teaching staff from Siniloan National High School, and 23 workers from the school's partner agencies. The study also utilized both the descriptive and inferential statistics. For the descriptive specifically, I made use of the weighted mean, and then ANOVA, and then regression analysis. Okay, so this is the answer to the first objective, which is the assessment of the groups of respondents on the extent of the STBEP implementation and student development services in Siniloan National High School. The aspects which have the asterisk, as you may see it, correspond to the group of respondents which gave the highest mean score. From those results, all groups of respondents perceive that the STBEP implementation is at a certain extent that is equivalent to very satisfactory, where the students gave the highest mean. The findings is related to the study conducted by Alferez et al. In 2012, which assessed that the STBEP CDC in Region 9 is implemented very satisfactorily, where monitoring and evaluation of programs and projects are increasingly recognized as requisites to management functions. The second objective is answered by this data, and it reveals the differences on the extent of STBEP implementation and student development services as perceived by the respondents. So it can be seen that all the aspects, program implementation, the STBEP program implementation, and all the aspects of student development services, including guidance services, medical and dental services, library services, and student safety and campus security, have highly significant differences as perceived by the groups of respondents. The assessments of the 3 groups of respondents on the STBEP implementation and student development services showed highly significant differences. The third objective is answered by these figures, and this coincides with the level of students' performance in technical vocational education, which assessed that students' performance in technical vocational education subject has a mean of 86.72 and is described as satisfactory. So maybe we know it, most of the students are into academics, not on skills development for TVE. And then on the job training, 1.96 is equivalent to 86.89, which is also described as satisfactory. The students' performance both in the TVE subject and in on-the-job training appeared to be satisfactory. And this has something to do with the studies of Polidano 2011 and Sihuko 2005, wherein they found out that STBEP curriculum combines classroom discussion and on-the-job training to provide students with experiential learning, which leads to greater chances of employment after graduation. and is a good indication of better chances to obtain a national certificate. Anyone who has been enrolled in technical vocational education is not really completely skilled unless they get themselves national certificates. Okay, and the fourth objective is addressed by these figures. It's about the regression analysis of the effects of the STBEP implementation and student development services on students' performance in TVE. Taken in combination, it shows that, and we have the next slide. Okay. STBEP implementation and student development services, when taken singly, appeared as significant predictors of students' performance. Or rather, only STBEP implementation and student safety and campus security emerged as significant predictors of student performance in TVE when taken simply. I guess the first one is when taken in combination. It has a significant relationship to the students' performance in TVE, and then taken singly, only the STBEP program implementation and student safety and campus security. The last one is about the effects of STBEP implementation on student development services and students development services on students' performance in on-the-job training. And the figure shows that whether taken singly or in combination, this does not emerge as significant predictors of students' performance in on-the-job trainings. It coincides with the findings of Leon 2011, who said that practicum supervisors seemingly give little attention and feedbacks that can later be used to make the TVE curriculum more responsive to the needs of the labor market. Coupled with an unstructured interview with the workers in the school's partner agencies, they revealed that they are not really into supervising the trainees because they do not have formal training and they do not know how to assess, how to guide the students except for practical experiences. Okay, my conclusions after the conduct of this study include the highly significant differences in the perceptions of the respondents relevant to the STBEP implementation and the students' development services may be due to other factors which were not covered in the study. The STBEP implementation as well as the student development services should be continuously strengthened.